So Precise Built sent me one of their signature torque wrenches, and I'm actually going to see how this thing stacks up and compares to another cheap torque wrench that I have that's about a similar size and spec. And I'll let you know if it's worth spending $47 on this torque wrench as opposed to another cheap one for like $35. On this channel, I pride myself in showing you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the different things you're doing when you're working on a car. If you've ever used a crappy torque wrench, you know what it feels like. So today I'm actually going to compare this torque wrench that they sent, which is in a similar price range to the cheap torque wrench that I have, and to actually see which one I like more and which one is more functional. This is the old torque wrench I've been using for a long time, and one of the biggest gripes I have about this thing is this always comes off when I'm torquing stuff down, and this always tends to get turned out of whack and kind of throws off my torque measurements when I'm using it. Let's go ahead and open this up. Now they sent me this to test out, but I'm gonna test it out to show you guys exactly how I feel about it. So already comes in a case, which is a big upgrade as it is. This one has a nice handle on it, and I'll already tell you off the bat, just from looking at it, this one thing I already like about it. This has not only 1/2 inch, but it has a 3/8 inch on the end of it. So instead of using this one that only has 1/2 inch adapter for a ratchet, this you don't have to search around for different socket adapters if you're torquing different stuff down. That'll already get it out of the way just by using that. The one edge I'll give to the old one is it goes as low as 10 foot-pounds, but is up to 150 foot-pounds. This one goes as low as 30 foot-pounds, but also goes up to 150. And honestly, at least for me, less than 30 foot-pounds, I'm not using that a whole lot. The usually torque specs on suspension and stuff that I'm working on is generally over 30. But you can turn it to where you want, say, oh, I want exactly 30 foot-pounds, and then you can lock it into place. And this thing will not move, which I think is a huge deal, especially when you're trying to be very specific with stuff. All the readings on it go in increments of like 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, 12, 13.5 to 0. So there's a lot of variability and adjustability on this just to get exactly where you want to be. In terms of height, it is actually a hair taller, so I'm going to get just as much leverage torquing this down as I will torquing this down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a 17 millimeter on this, and we'll test it out torquing down the bolts on the GMW to see how it does there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to unlock it. I'm going to turn it all the way up to about 90. There's 90. We're going to lock it. So now it can't be turned off of that. So now we're at 90 foot-pounds. I'm going to go ahead and see how it does. The ratchet feel is good on it. Not a lot of play. And it did the job. So I really don't have any complaints. I think it's pretty good. Pretty tight. Alright, so we'll unlock it so I can turn it all the way back down to where I want. I always bring it back to the minimum. So there's our 30 foot-pounds. I'll lock it back in again. And it even shows lock, unlock, lock, unlock. So to get where we want it to be. So this is the Precise Built 2748 torque wrench that has both 1/2 inch and 3/8 for torquing stuff down. And honestly, I wish I would have got one of these sooner, because this will make my life a heck of a lot easier, especially with a double head like that. So if you're in the market for a torque wrench, check out Precise Built's website. They have more than just this torque wrench. They probably have like 20 different ones to choose from, and they're not that much more expensive than some of the cheaper ones that you get that don't have all these cool features. So I'll put a link to this one in the description below, and you can get access to it there. You can also take a look at all the other stuff that they have. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this torque wrench, and also let me know in the comments if you think I should do other reviews like this, if that's something that you guys would like to see more of. Thank you very much for watching, and if you can't wait until next week's video, check out these videos that I already have ready to go.